One of the more underrated games in college football this weekend is Colorado and Texas Tech. The Buffs are looking to make the Big 12 championship, maybe even make a run at the college football playoff. They're kind of having, that on the outside looking in. But this is a team that is playing really good right now, and Texas Tech is looking to add a third loss to that last column for Colorado. Now, Colorado's offense is playing really well right now. The defense has really stepped up as well, and they are facing a Texas Tech team that has been pulling off some impressive wins as of late in terms of their performance. They just beat Iowa State, and this is a team that is very dangerous, and Colorado knows that. They know that the Red Raiders are capable of pulling off the upset, and they know exactly what's in store when they face this team. The burning questions for each team: Colorado is going to be, will they keep Hunter's Heisman campaign going? This is a team that, like I said, has an outside chance of making the college football playoff as well as the Big 12 championship. They still need some things to go their way, but this is a team that very much is in that conversation. Do they continue letting Travis Hunter do what he does best? Because I think they can still win football games and feed Travis Hunter. He is that good. He's a really good player on both sides of the ball. And Heisman campaign obviously needs to take off a little bit here over the last few weeks, and they have to get him the football as much as possible. He's going to do what he does best on defense. He's not really in control of where the other team throws the football, but can Colorado keep giving him the ball and let him do what he does best? We will see how that works out for the Buffs. We'll see how this team finds ways to get him involved. And if they just say, hey, we're trying to win football games, because here's the deal. If they win this game, they're going to be focused on winning out. I mean, they're focused on that right now. But if they for sure win this game, they're focused on winning out. They don't necessarily care if Travis Hunter wins the Heisman. It's just like a bonus to this team. Now, they're obviously going to say that, yeah, we want Travis to win. That being said, if they win, that's going to be more important because their goals of getting to the playoff, winning the Big 12 will trump what Travis is trying to do. And Travis Hunter is probably going to say the same thing. That's the kind of player he is. He's the unselfish player that is going to try to get his team in the best position to win. For Texas Tech is, can the offense create explosive plays? I think one of the biggest things for this Red Raiders team is you have the talent to make some of these plays happen. You just have to find ways to do it consistently. This is a Colorado team, like I said, is playing better defensively, but they are not flawless by any means. This is a team that can definitely be exploited, and Texas Tech has the offense to make that happen. The matchup that I really want to watch: Colorado's defensive line had a makeover this offseason, and they're playing really well right now. I think them going against Texas Tech's offensive line really dictates who wins this game. Because Texas Tech, if they get movement on that line, they are in good hands. They have a number of explosive playmakers that you want to get the football to, and finding ways to move the offensive or the defensive line is going to play a huge role for that. The impact players for Texas Tech to go along with that: Taj Brooks is the biggest benefactor of biggest beneficiary, excuse me, of that offensive line doing what it does best. And he has been someone that at times has shown really explosive potential. Over 1,000 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, averaging 5.1 yards per carry. He is someone that can have a big time impact on this team. And his ability to run the football efficiently also opens things up for Baron Morton and Josh Kelly in that passing attack. This is a passing attack that is very underrated. I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to Texas Tech, and that's what makes this intriguing. That's what makes this game so much fun, because this is a team that has potential to be really explosive, and that's going to be a big key if they want to win this football game. Finding ways to slow down the Colorado offense is going to fall on certain players. Jacob Rodriguez has had a pretty good year so far. CJ Baskerville, a guy who we talked about coming into this year, is also doing what we expected him to do. Stopping this Colorado offense is going to be a very difficult task for this team. It's going to be difficult to slow them down. And also, your offense has to be able to keep up. If you are giving up points to Colorado, there is some pressure on your team to score points as well. There's some pressure for them to keep up. And if they're creating explosive plays, you feel pretty good. If you get into that kind of that rhythm, you feel pretty good. And Texas Tech has shown the ability to do that. It just, can you do that consistently? Can you find ways to keep yourself in this football game? Now, the one thing that you have to worry about is there's so many impact players for Colorado that you have to worry about. Travis Hunter, we talked about. The Swiss Army knife for Colorado does it all. He's really good as a receiver, he's really good as a corner. He's on his way to making a Heisman run and making it to New York. That being said, I think that if they're trying to take away one player, it would try to be Travis Hunter. I think that there are still plenty of other players that you have to worry about. Would if you have that strategy of trying to take away Travis Hunter, which if you're going to take one player away, that's probably who I'm going for. But at the same time, you have to worry about guys like Jimmy Horn, like LeJounte Wester. The rushing attack at times has looked decent, but this is a passing attack that has the ability to make life very difficult for anybody they face. Shedeur Sanders, another guy who could be in the Heisman conversation, he's playing really well, has a ton of exciting plays on his highlight tape. He is someone that is going to distribute the football to his players and get this offense in positions to score. This is a game which Colorado wants to dictate the pace, and they want to make sure that they're putting a ton of pressure on Texas Tech to try and keep up. I don't know if Texas Tech has what it takes to consistently go blow for blow with this Colorado team when Colorado is humming. Now, Texas Tech has shown that at times, but I think at its peak, Colorado is very dangerous, especially as of late. The defense, though, is where that's going to really dictate the game. This is a Colorado team that, again, is better defensively. They are much better than they were last year. And also on the offensive line. That's going to be a big key. Keeping Shedeur upright and keeping Texas Tech off. You have to be physical. And a guy who's been doing that is, well, here's the deal. Stopping Taj Brooks is going to be difficult. That is a group effort. The defensive line is going to have to be disruptive. The linebackers are going to have to do their part as well. And this is a all hands on deck situation. Colorado's defense, like I said, they're playing with a ton of confidence. And you have to find ways to keep doing that. And Texas Tech has some players that are going to make that difficult. But that being said, I like the talent that this team has. I like the ability of this group to slow down that Texas Tech offense. But at the same time, this could be a shootout. And it'll come down to maybe who is going to be the clutch team, who's going to create that turnover when you need it the most. And Colorado has players that can do that. So it'll be really fun to see which one of them steps up the most. This is going to be a battle. It's going to be a good matchup and one that's probably not going to get talked about a ton because you have certain games like Alabama, LSU, like Georgia, Ole Miss. Those are going to be games people talk about, but this game has huge implications for Colorado in their continued quest to make the Big 12 championship, as well as keep their playoff hopes alive. Texas Tech is looking to continue this momentum. Getting to 7-3 would be impressive, and finding a way to end that run for Colorado would just be a cherry on top. But that's going to be easier said than done. These are two really fun teams and a really fun game that I hope a lot of people pay attention.